Hi y'all. So I thought I would do a video today since tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and I just kind of wanted to go through some of the things that I do for New Year's Eve. And why I thought it would be important is just because I don't drink. So going to parties and doing the whole drinking thing is not my thing. As well as I just don't go out on amateur night. Even when I was drinking, I didn't go out on amateur night. So over time, I have actually come up with certain rituals that I'll do. And the reason I do them, of course, is to certainly make the holiday a little more meaningful, help me to kind of feel a connection and a focus to actually things that I want to do in the new year, and as well as it's just kind of something different and fun to do. So yeah, I'll just get right into it. So the first thing that I do is cleaning and decluttering. So I got this idea actually from feng shui for the Chinese New Year. It dictates that you want to clean your house, make sure everything's fresh and sparkling clean and all that, to usher in good luck with the new year. And I really like that idea, that, to face the new year with, just feeling uncluttered, unencumbered. You know that feeling, when you're like, maybe, you left the household chores to pile up a little bit and you notice your emotions kind of get really kind of cranky. But then when you clean, you just have this whole, this sigh of relief kind of thing. And that's what I like. So I actually started my cleaning last Saturday. I've been doing a lot of that. And I'm doing not just regular cleaning, of course, but I'm doing like deep cleaning as well. And I am also going to do some decluttering. So that's going to be important, just because there's a hall closet that for the last 6 months has been like whispering to me, going, please do something about it. Things, I just got things in there I just don't really need anymore. I think this is a good time to declutter, give that, stuff away. And it's important for me to declutter because the doors, I almost can't shut the doors because it's just a bunch of ridiculous stuff that I have in there that I really need to look at and get rid of, or just organize it a lot better. So definitely that's what I'm going to be kind of doing tomorrow. But that's not the only thing. Some other rituals that I also do on New Year's Eve. I do meditation. So the meditations I do are, kind of geared to, manifesting desires in the new year, abundance, gratitude, those kind of meditations. So I do a lot of those. I may do an hour or so, or, an hour like in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour in the evening. So I do also meditation to kind of, just kind of, focus and dig really deep on, things that are important to me, things that I want to do. And I think meditation is good for me in this case, because when I do this kind of meditation, it brings up things that, because normally when I think of things, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I got this little bucket list and da-da-da-da-da, that's easy. But when I do my meditation, there will be things that will come up that are important that I didn't even think of, and so I think that's good to kind of really know, what is it that I really want? What is it that I'm really looking forward to in the new year? So that's another ritual that I do. Also, I do a gratitude. Now, the gratitude one, beyond the meditation, I actually will kind of do just a little gratitude letter, so to speak, to myself. Just listing everything in the last year that I am totally grateful for. And to, definitely reflect on, the good things that happened in the year. So I think that's important, because a lot of times when we are thinking about what we want to do in the new year, or what our goals are in the new year, sometimes we're going towards that with a sense of lack. And I want to, certainly be, centered in gratitude, knowing that what I have is enough. And, I'm grateful for everything that I have. And that it's okay to want to go to the next step, but I'm not coming from a place of lack, that I feel that I'm missing something, because I'm not. So that's another thing that I do on New Year's Eve. And then, of course, I do goals. So they're not New Year's resolutions. I don't do those. But I have goals. So how I kind of approach my goals is I take the goals, because how I do the goals is normally I write out some goals, and then I put it in an area of my apartment where I will see it. So what I do on New Year's Eve is I take the old list. So in this case, I'm going to take my 2019 goal list, go through that list, see the things that I did do, as well as realize what new things I did for that, 2019, that are now a habit that we want to continue doing. And then I also look over the goal list for things that I didn't do. I didn't get around to doing it for whatever reason, So then that lets me know that those goals that I didn't meet before that I had, we want to put that on the new list too. And just kind of keep it going. But also to review some of those old things, like the 2019 list I'm going to be looking at, to reflect on some of the things I didn't do. And, maybe I'll put them on the list again, but also, I'm probably going to look it over and realize that some of those just, aren't important anymore. So maybe I don't need to put them on the list. So I kind of do this kind of review of my goals. And then once I do have my new goals for 2020, I will put them up in an area where I can see them. And I don't necessarily look them over every day. I kind of just have this goal list in the same idea of a vision board. So with vision boards, it's normally symbols. I do the same thing with my goals. It's just in an area, but it's not in an obvious area. And it's just something that I may see the words as I go along, doing my thing. And so, it gets stuck, in my subconscious, and I'll actually do it. So a new thing I'm going to be doing though too, so we'll see how this works, because I've mentioned before in a video that I do have a vision board. Now, I have two actually. One is just kind of a general life vision board. And you might have seen it in some of my videos, little pieces of it. That is just general life. There's like no expiration on that. It's just, symbols, and whatever happens, happens. And a lot of things on there actually have already happened. So I'm very, very excited about that. I love vision boards. I'm not into like the whole law of attraction, but I do think vision boards are good because I think the subconscious mind, of course, as we know with dreams and so forth, it works on, symbols and archetypes and that sort of thing. So a vision board makes sense to me because these are symbols that I think in my day-to-day, if I'm not like looking at it, it's just there, and my eyes peruse it or whatever. Or, a lot of times when we're going through life, we see things, but we are not registering that we're seeing them. But the subconscious is. So that's one of the reasons why I love vision boards. And a lot of times what has happened is the things on my vision board that happened, when it happened, it was so funny because the vision board's there. I don't really remember everything that's on there. I can kind of look at it and go, okay, whatever. But I've noticed that, couple of times in the year I'll kind of look over the vision board and kind of go, oh, has any of that stuff happened? And I've noticed everything that has is just things I did without even thinking about the vision board. Just feelings that came up that was like, okay, yes, we must do this. Give you a few examples of some things. I'm trying to think right off the top of my head. Like one is so funny. It's like organizing. I have that on my vision board because I'm not so good at organizing. And so what was amazing to me is, I just out of the blue one day just got a bunch of like storage stuff and made my bedroom closet super super organized, and it worked out really great because my apartment complex wanted to redo the fuses. So I had to take everything out of my closet, and because it was so organized, it was like super easy to do. It's just like just 10 minutes, I'm done. So it was little things like that where I was just like, whoa, hold it, I did this and didn't even realize, that I had put that on there. So, but anyway, I kind of went off there somewhere. But the new thing that I'm doing, and that's the whole point of this kind of side conversation here, is I am going to be doing a mini vision board. And the mini vision board is going to be focused on literally just things that I want to have happen, to accomplish in 2020. So I will put that also with the general one. So we'll see how that works. See if I accomplish any of those things in 2020 that I put on that board. So I think it's going to be kind of interesting to do just kind of a little mini one and see what happens. Yeah, so so that'll be 3 vision boards. The other one I think I need to redo. It's a relationship vision board, which yeah, nothing on that. Well, I can't say that. I was gonna say nothing on there came true, and I'm like, no, actually, some things, the elements were there, just the reality wasn't there. So I think with that, that just leads me to believe that maybe what I put on there was a little unrealistic, and so we need to make it a little more realistic and, put some positive and, well, I had a lot of positive, but put some negative on there too, because I got to remember this person's a human being, not my perfect whatever. So I may have to redo that one, but I'm not going to do that on New Year's Eve. But yeah, just to let you know, that's the other vision board I have. But yeah, so these are the New Year's Eve rituals that I do. Again, to just get that new feeling, as well as being mindful of, everything that is great, and that, and be able to, that everything is great and focus on, things I do want to do, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. So, I would like to know if you do any kind of New Year rituals. I know there's a lot of superstitions that people do, eat the black eyed peas at midnight, and, just wear red or, do a lot of yelling or whatever. And that's fine. I wouldn't mind hearing what you do as well in those cases. But do you have any personal rituals that you also do for yourself? So that's just, something I'd be interested in hearing. So yeah, but those, like I said, these are my New Year's Eve rituals. But not to say I spend the holiday by myself. Actually, on New Year's Day, I end up hanging out with friends. But yeah, so at this point, I will just wrap this up and just say, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. Be safe, all right, and don't hurt yourself out there. And just be kind and compassionate to people. Because if you are out and about, and people sometimes will just be people. So definitely be bringing in the new year with, kindness and compassion and optimism and all that good stuff. But for now, I will just say take care, and I will see you in 2020. Thanks. Bye.